Got a little urban economics for you today, so stay tuned. So today I want to talk a little bit about Tokyo. I mentioned in a previous episode, the one where I responded to Adam Ruins Everything, and I just casually threw out there that, in most North American cities, you have very highly inelastic housing supply, but in Japan, it's actually really elastic. And my wife saw that and said, wait, what? Because, of course, Japan... they ain't getting any more land, right? They're an island. They're very high population on a fairly small space. I mean, still Japan is huge by any sort of human metric, but there are a lot of people in Japan. And, how can it be that Japan has a very elastic housing supply while California's major cities have very inelastic housing supplies when, you can just look at a map and see that, Japan is a set of islands that, if you expand too much, you fall into the sea, right? And whereas California has a whole continent stretching all the way, to New York, right? But the important thing is that the issue is not a lack of land. The issue is that a lot of people want to live in urban centers. There are important economic reasons why you want to live in an urban center. And we do not allow building in many cities, especially big cities in North America, and especially a place like San Francisco. So I found an article. It's actually from 2016, so pretty recent, August 2016. I'll link to it in the description of this video. But what the article is saying is that the number of housing starts in Tokyo, so the number of new houses being built, new construction of homes, is higher than for the entire country of the UK, and it's higher than California. So that's just Tokyo alone had more housing starts specifically in 2014, but 2014 wasn't an anomaly. It's just higher generally. So I'll quote the exact numbers here. Here is a startling fact. In 2014, there were 142,417 housing starts in the city of Tokyo, population of 13.3 million with no empty land. More than the 83,657 housing permits issued in the state of California, which has a population of 38.7 million, or the 137,010 houses started in the entire country of England, which has a population of 54.3 million. So that just goes to illustrate my point that it's not an issue of space. It's not an issue of land, that we have like a total lack of land in these big cities and we just have nowhere to go to expand. You can build up. You can take buildings with, a house with a yard and take away the yard and build a duplex or a small apartment building. There are lots of ways you can add more houses to an already crowded space. And the issue is just that, the issue is that we have legal restrictions on the construction of new houses and the expansion of the housing supply. And so Tokyo has seen an increase in building, an increase in density, but they haven't seen a huge increase in prices like San Francisco, Vancouver, Toronto, London, New York, all these places where we've sort of got these trendy laws and bylaws and regulations that just make it hard to build new housing, hard to make things denser. Those places, as we grow more urban, as more people want to live in cities, that's just reflected in an increase in price. And if you don't want increasing prices, you need increasing supply. and that, or increasing quantity supplied. You need an elastic supply to deal with increasing demand without translating that into price. And there's just no other way around it. You think you can have your cake and eat it too by having some kind of price controls on rent or on housing, or you're going to somehow stop immigrants from buying homes. That's a particularly nasty response to housing crises. No, you just got to build more. That's the issue. You need to allow people to supply more housing. You need to loosen the rules about housing starts and about densification. And then you can be like Tokyo, and yeah, it's crowded. Yeah, it's got a lot of construction going on all the time and at a very rapid pace. But no, it's not totally unaffordable the way other cities are.